The music news for the streets, the music news for your beats, the news for the music stuff that you gonna need. We gon' talk about plugins, we gon' talk about gear. If it's news on this music, we gon' talk about it here. Let's go.
Welcome to the music news for the streets. I'm your anchorman, SumnSumnSumn. Hit the keys. And in today's newscast, we have all kinds of exciting stories from 5 freebies. We've got a couple of deals for you guys. It looks like Isotope just dropped a couple of plugins for us, but our top story today comes from ImageLine and FL Studio. It looks like FL Studio just dropped beta version 21.3. I just found out about it today. Let's go ahead and check it out and see what they're giving us. So then as we hop into FL Studio, one of the things that they gave us was a chord generation tool. So basically they say it's AI chord generation, and boom, once you hit it, you'll see it'll come up and it looks just like Scalar, well, similar to Scalar, but you get a bunch of different options, and then it'll automatically put those chords for you in the piano roll. So let's go ahead and listen to this chord progression that they gave us. So pretty solid. You can come over here and you can hit generate again, and then bam, it'll change the chords up for you just that simply. So you get a bunch of features. You get this conventional and you get this adventurous over here. I'm not really sure what the difference is yet. They'll give us more, obviously, info on that as the days come. But let's go ahead and hit generate again. Boom. And then we have adventurous over here. Let's see what that sounds like. Got to hit generate. So what's pretty cool about this is that you can do some pretty dope stuff. You can push generate right here. So now we have another chord progression, but we can invert the chords with these little arrows up and down. And then if you notice, boom, you see like the chords inverted. So this is what it sounds like before I invert any chords. Now let's go ahead and invert some chords and see what it sounds like. Well, that example didn't sound the greatest, but still you get the point. You can just keep generating, finding chords that you like. You can come down here to the bottom, and then they have this preset. So they have different progressions that you can just enter in just like that, and bam, we have a new progression. So that's pretty cool. You also have rhythm over here, which is solid because you can change up the rhythm of your chords. So like, let's say I just want to go 3/4. And then it'll cut those chords up for me, and it'll put more chords in the bars. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And then it's easy. You can just stretch them out like that. Bam. So you can stretch the chord out. And then you can shuffle if you want to. So you see how it's giving you a different kind of chord progression. It's not just 1-bar chord progressions. So that's pretty solid. You can change the snap, so you can go like half steps, steps, third of a beat, all that good stuff. Underneath here, you got manual, so you can type in the chord progression that you want to use if you know what it is. You've got some more generation tools under here. So you've got temperature. Again, I'm not necessarily sure what this is. I feel like when I've turned it to the right, though, the chords have been a little bit darker, but I could be wrong. It might have just been the few times that I tried it. So let's go ahead and turn the temperature down. Turn the temperature down. But underneath that, you have different kinds of chords. So you've got pop, R&B, jazz, house, and metal. So let's go ahead and hit these jazz chords one time and generate. So you also have like advanced features down here. So you can change the notes per chord, and then we can generate again. So then we can come down here into advanced, and you've got like position depth, you've got loop depth, context length, chord repeats, all that stuff. You can turn that all the way down, and then we'll hit generate again. What's cool about this too as well is I can't remember which one of these knobs changes it, but you can get like super nice progression. So it'll give you like 4 or 5 different notes in the progression. I just don't remember how to do that right now because I kind of just opened this up. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was working on my Yamaha Seek Track video that's gonna come out Friday. But I definitely found out about this update and I kiboshed everything and came over here and started working on this video. So then they also gave us a brand new synthesizer as well. If you guys remember in the last update, they gave us Kepler. So Kepler looks like this. It is basically a Juno emulation. Well, the new synthesizer that they gave us is called Kepler XO. So as you can see, it's Kepler, but it's like on steroids. Because it's got 2 different engines and everything in it. You've got different effects down here, so you've got more than just the chorus. You've got a hyperchoir, you've got saturation, EQ, delay, reverb. You obviously have all kinds of envelope and LFO controls. You've got a couple of DCOs. So, I mean, this thing is pretty solid. It sounds like this. I know. They don't have any presets for this thing yet. But obviously they're going to come out with a whole bunch of presets. If you remember how Kepler sounds, it sounds solid. So I can only imagine what the presets are going to sound like this when they eventually do get them. But you can mess with this, you know what I'm saying, and get some pretty cool tones. So like if I push play. Now, if I just simply turn on chorus, if I turn on some saturation, if I turn on this hyperchoir, and if I turn on this reverb, now I can get it to sound like this. And then if I turn on this arpeggiator though, I'm gonna get it to sound like this. So this thing definitely looks like it's going to be a beast. I'm not going to get into a full tutorial on sound design and all that, but maybe I will if it's something you're interested in. Maybe I'll break this whole plugin down a little bit. Let me know below in the comments if that's something that you guys would be interested in. But we still got more from FL Studio, so let's go ahead and keep the party rolling. So they definitely also gave us an effect plugin. They finally gave us a spreader in FL Studio, and it's called Spreader. So this thing is pretty basic, you know what I'm saying? You just got width and you've got a low bypass control over here. You can see the pre-effects and you can also see the post-effects, and that'll show up right here. So, you know, the pre will be yellow and then what it does after the effect will be red. So let's go ahead and push play. All right, so you see it's not very big. I guess maybe we'll turn the volume up on this a little bit so that you can see it a little bit more. So let's go ahead and turn this volume up. All right, now if we push play. So you can see the red on the outside is the difference that it's making. Now if we turn this width up. So you can definitely hear the difference, how it's spreading out that sound. We've got low bypass right here. I don't really have any lows in this, but we'll go ahead and turn it up anyway. So I'm pretty sure what this low bypass means is that it will still spread out the lower frequencies if you want it to, Otherwise, it'll keep the lower frequencies in mono. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm assuming that it's doing. And then they gave us something else too as well. This is another solid one, especially for somebody like me who has a million plugins. You can come up here now to the plugin picker, and then you can click on it, and then you can just type in whatever it is that you're looking for. So boom, if I type in Omni, it just bring up Omnisphere for me, whatever letters it is that I type in. So like if I type in Kepler, boom, it's gonna bring up the 2 Keplers for me, but it makes it so much easier to get to your plugins, which is absolutely solid. And then just a few more things that they have in the update. I'll go ahead and read those off the site. So as you see here at the startup, you can choose the addition to test out in trial mode, playlist, choose action when sample is dropped on instrument tracks in the playlist. Obviously I mentioned the plugin picker, playlist edit menu. You can nudge clips with the mouse wheel. Allows you to turn the shift mouse wheel nudge behavior on and off. Macros, you can switch all audio clips for time stretching macros, which is solid. MIDI out, added note off, value selector for note controls. Tools button, show if you've pressed when hovered. Info panel, username replaced by license number for privacy reasons. And then just a few other things added to the Mac OS and the Windows, and then some bug fixes. So as always, FL Studio is always looking out for its users. We appreciate y'all for this. I can't say it enough. And y'all know what I'm going to say next. Ableton, y'all back on the clock. All right, guys. And the next story that I have for you guys today is a freebie. This one comes from the Crow Hills Company. It's for their Vaults Beta collection. This one's called Studio Drums. When you open up Studio Drums, it is going to look like this, and as the name would imply, it's all about the drums. I will say that you guys watching this the day of the video coming out, this doesn't come out until Friday, but this is going to be my only news report this week, so Crow Hill Company allowed me to put this in the video, so just know if you're interested in this, it's not going to come out until Friday, and the video is coming out Wednesday. But basically, I put this over a piano, so I've got the piano from Vault's Beta collection. And this is basically what these drums sound like. So now I'll let you guys hear what the drums sound like by themselves. So they sound pretty good to me. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and mess with this room, this width, and then I'll mess with the smash, the shifter, the echo, and the sploosh so you guys can hear what it all sounds like. Yo, that shifter kind of hard though. I like how it's panning those drums back and forth. Yo, that's not bad at all. I kind of like that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn these back down though. And then I'll go ahead and let you hear what all the drums sound like in the kit. This little snare roll is hard though. So you get a lot of good drums in here. Another one I'd recommend checking out. I mean, if you already have Vaults Beta, you might as well download this when it comes out so you can have the next piece of the collection. And up next, I've got another freebie for you guys. This one is something that's a little bit original. It's called Rubber Bridge Plucks. So when you open this up, the plugin's going to look like this. And basically they say a rubber bridge acoustic guitar with an eraser muting the strings. So this is what one of the presets is going to sound like. So pretty solid. We can come over here. If we raise it up an octave, I think it sounds pretty good as well. So obviously it's not gonna go up to that A7, if you could hear, but let's go ahead and go back to the plugin again and check it out just a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and run through a few of the presets for you. So we gotta hit this menu button right here, and then it'll take us to the back page. And then we have some more controls here, like you have a doubler, low pass filter, saturation, and reverb. So let's see here. If we click this, we can see all the presets. There's only a few of them, but this is what they sound like. So definitely an interesting sounding plugin as well. If you're looking for some kind of muted guitar sound or whatever you want to call this thing that they use an eraser on, I definitely recommend checking it out too. It's free, it's low on CPU. You know, I'll leave the links for all this stuff below in the description. It looks like iZotope just reintroduced Trash. I know a lot of people have been waiting a long time for Trash 3. Well, this isn't necessarily Trash 3, it's just a new version of Trash. I'm not gonna lie, I did a full review on this and dropped it yesterday, so I'm not gonna go into full detail over the full version of Trash. I know it's got a lot of mixed reviews. Some people are happy about it, some people are not happy about it at all. I'm somebody who didn't necessarily use Trash 2, so for me, I think it's a pretty solid distortion plugin. But if you've used Trash 2, you might want to go check out maybe some reviews and some thoughts of some people who use Trash 2 religiously, because a lot of people are disappointed, but a lot of people who don't have it are happy with it too as well. So with this, as you can see, I'll briefly talk about it. It's got a distortion side, it's got a convolution reverb side over here. There's like 69 different kinds of distortion and like 200 or 300 different kinds of reverb. It's got multi-band up here, so you can go to 3 different bands and put these effects on 3 different bands. You've got modulation envelope down here. You can modulate the filter. You can also modulate the distortion in between the XY axes. So each one of these modules has an XY axis. So basically each side has 4 different effects which you can navigate in between. And then also you're going to get auto gain with this. You're going to get a limiter on this thing. So it's not bad. They also gave us a light version of this. So I'm actually going to show you guys the light version really briefly. So as we hop back into FL Studio, you'll see the light version is basically just one module. It still gives you the XY axis and it gives you 4 different distortion types. You don't get the convolution reverb. You don't get any of the modulation. You don't get the filter. You don't get any of that. You just kind of get like a distortion plugin. So I threw this distortion on an 808 and I played it with the rest of the stuff that I played earlier. So like that guitar and the piano and the drums. I mean, it basically sounds like this. That sounds kind of mean to me, but if I turn it off and put bypass, this is what it sounds like. So it's a little more growly. Let me go ahead and mute everything but the sub so that you can kind of hear the difference. And so if I push bypass, I'm just gonna turn it on, you'll see the screen change. It still does have the roll the dice right here. You've got drive, you've got a tilt EQ and a mix right here. So let's go ahead and mess with some of these controls. So what's cool about the other trash is that you can modulate it in between the different effects, which is solid. Let's just go ahead and hit roll the dice real quick and see what it sounds like. And that 808 right there is thick. But this, you got some cool stuff over here too, like this one. But that one sounds a little better on drums. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys hear what it sounds like on drums just really quick. So this is again what the drum sounded like without the trash on there. And once I threw trash on there, I got them to sound like this. Let's go ahead and go through some of the presets. So again, I kind of like this preset right here, this busted robot. So again, this version right here, this light version is free. I would definitely recommend grabbing this if you need a good distortion plugin or just a different distortion plugin to play with. This one will definitely get the job done for you. Up next for you guys, I've got a couple of deals. So the first deal I have for you guys comes from Plugin Boutique. It looks like Excellent Audio is dropping their spring sale. So they've got everything on sale right now. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the sale. So as we see here, they currently have XO for 40% off. So you can get that for 77 bucks if XO is something you're interested in. They also have Life over here for 40% off. It is $89, but I absolutely love this plugin. Again, I did a review on it. I've talked about it a lot. It was one of my plugins of the year. I absolutely love this plugin. I think it's solid. It's really good for like putting together percussive loops and stuff like that. I've just made some fire beats on stream for demonstrations all over the place. And the fact that you get to use like an app and you can actually record stuff in real time is cool if you're into like different kinds of Foleys and textures and stuff like that. I just think it's really solid. As you see here, you can get a bunch of the Addictive Keys stuff, different bundles for 36% off. I know RC20 is 35% off, so it is currently $65. I can't necessarily find that in this right now. But as you see here, they just have a lot of stuff that's on sale. So if you're into XLN and addictive drums and addictive keys and all that other stuff, all the packs and everything are on sale right now. And then the other deal that I have for you guys today comes from my guys over at Karani Sounds. They're running up to 75% off of a bunch of stuff. So you can get this Lo-Fi Keys Plus for $29 right now, which is pretty cool because you get a couple of expansion packs with that. You can get Lo-Fi Keys right now for $19. I've done a full review on this. Very solid Lo-Fi plugin. They've just got a lot of good stuff like Electric Keys is $15. Polyspace is straight. Cloud Max Plus is pretty cool because it's an instrument bundle. So there's just a bunch of good stuff over here. Vapor Keys is solid. I've done a review on a lot of this stuff. So if you were interested in checking out maybe any of this stuff, go check out my review and then decide if it's something that you want. And the next story I got for you guys today is another freebie. This one is for the Decent Sampler. It's from our guy Venus Theory, and it's called Solaris. When you open up Solaris, it's gonna look like this. Now look, I'm not taking a shot at anybody. You already know I got mad props for Venus Theory. He was my creator of the year. But as we make plugins, we need to be cognizant of other people who make plugins. There's already like 2 Solaris plugins that are both free already. So this is like the 3rd Solaris plugin that's come out. Maybe you didn't know, maybe you did know. I don't have that answer. But this thing basically sounds like this. So it's got a few different presets. Let's go ahead and just hop on over to the next preset. I don't have my Midi keyboard today, so I got to hit the keys on the actual laptop today. Sorry about that. That's a fire preset right there, though. So that's what that thing sounds like. Sounds pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Again, support our boy Venus Theory. Go get that. You know what I'm saying? Add it to your decent sampler library. And then the last story that I have for you guys today is another freebie. I guess it's not a plugin, so maybe I did clickbait y'all a little bit, but it is a free sample pack. Thought I'd bring it to you guys' attention because it's all about vocals. Matter of fact, it's called Billboard Vocals. So over here, it's gonna have more than just Billboard vocals, or vocals, I guess I should say. I don't even know why I threw that quotation mark up there. But here's what some of the vocals sound like.
I'm in la la love, but you were never mine. Your heart was never mine.
So you know what I'm saying? They sound pretty good.
Oh, 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 oh. So come what may.
I don't know. You know, a lot of good stuff in here though. You can chop these up and use them however you want. They have dry versions and wet versions.
Nothing
Pause.
left to say. My world ended when you left. Nothing left to say. My world ended when you left.
So that's pretty cool. And then again, they're gonna have some loops up in here and stuff like that too as well. You got one shots. You've got some MIDI files up in here. You've got loops. You've got all that good stuff. So I thought I would just bring this to you because I know we're always looking for vocal chops. So you can take this and you can chop it up. They're royalty free, so you can use them in all your productions. All right, guys, so that's what I got for you in today's newscast. Hopefully I could help you guys out today with some freebies. Hopefully you run on over to FL Studio or ImageLine's website and grab that 21.3 beta. I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. Ableton, y'all back on the clock. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe to that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always. Signing off as your anchor man. Something. Hit the keys. Until next time, peace.
Some, hit the key.